Good morning. Welcome to Sunrise Yoga, everyone. My name is Nikki. We're just going to get started here. Good morning. Welcome. I have a nice old school Yoga Buzz t-shirt from about 4 years ago, a nice classic. Found this the other day, thought I'd throw it on for class. Some of you who've been coming to Yoga Buzz events for a while might recognize it. Um, So my name's Nikki. Welcome to Sunrise Yoga. Sorry for any technical difficulties we had on Tuesday. Normally this class is Tuesday at 7 a.m. It's a 45-minute class. We're going to do some twists today, and if you have some blocks, or you can use books or water bottles or anything else for most of the block work at the end. When we use a block, you can use cushion, you can use a rolled up mat or towel or anything that feels nice for you. We're going to get started in a nice tall seat. Spine is long. Root down, find your sit bones, and you can close your eyes or soften your gaze and just focus on your breath. We're going to take 4 rounds of breath here. As you inhale, really feel your breath, filling your belly, filling your lungs. And as you exhale, start to release and let go of tension, let go of tightness, anything that you're holding on to. Just let it all go. We're going to take just a couple more rounds of breath here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Are we having, let's see,
Oh, hey, there we go. There we go. Ah, yay. Okay. All right. Yay, I'm back up. Is anyone people are still watching? Oh my gosh, I have one person still watching. I am so sorry, guys. Is that me that's still watching? That's it? All right, guys, it looks like it kicked back on. I do have a couple people watching. So we can, ooh, we've only got about 20 minutes, but we can do a little abbreviated one, and I apologize. I'm just letting Yoga Buzz know. So thanks for sticking around, those of you who went through those technical difficulties. I really do apologize. It looks like, I don't know what happened, but it looks like it totally kicked me out of the broadcast studio for a little bit. So we'll just do some nice basic work for about 20 minutes. Just find a nice tall seat, deep breaths. I needed some deep breaths after that as well. So big breath in through the nose and fill your belly. Big exhale. Let's take about 3 more breaths here. Really breathe it in. And let it out. One more time. Breathe, big breath in. And let it out. Take a big breath in, reach for the sky. Exhale, take a nice twist to the right. Let your hands float down wherever it's comfortable. Let's take a few breaths here. As you inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale to twist a little deeper. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale to twist. One more time. Lengthen it up. And twist. Take a breath in, reach up. Exhale, twist it over to the left. 3 rounds of breath here. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale to twist. Let's take 1 more. And let it out. Inhale, reach up for the sky. Exhale, lean over to the right side. Let your right hand float down. Left fingers reach, push into your left hip. 1 more breath. Come back up to center, over to the left side. Push into your right hip, reach with your right fingers, and take a couple breaths here. 1 more breath. And come on up. Bring your hands down to your knees or your thighs, and as you inhale, lift your chin and your chest. Exhale, curl your back, chin comes to chest. Let's do 3 more like that. Big inhale. And curl. 2 more. And curl. 1 more breath. And curl it in. Inhale, come up to a nice tall seat. Roll forward or swing your legs around, coming into tabletop. Wrists come under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Plant the tops of your feet and lengthen through the spine. Root down into your right hand and your left leg. Reach your left arm, right leg out. And come back to center. And then switch. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to tabletop. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to tabletop. One more here, reach it out. And come back in. And then go ahead, bring your toes together, sit your hips back, reach your hands forward, 2 breaths in child's pose. Inhale to come back up into that tabletop. Reach your right leg back behind you, toe is down or lifted, and sweep your leg over to the left. Maybe glance over your shoulder. You can plant your toe, the ball of your foot, maybe push into your heel, stretching out the back of your leg a little bit here. Take one more breath. And come back to center. Coming back into that tabletop. Left leg reaches back behind. Sweep it over to the right. Maybe look over your shoulder. Plant the ball of your foot. Take a couple breaths. And come back to center. Bring that knee under. Reset your tabletop position. And we're going to take our elbows underneath our shoulders. Plant your hands, spread your fingers, press into your knuckles, tuck your toes. Just lift your knees. You can keep a little bend to them. Lift your hips. Press them up and back here and take a couple breaths. Let your neck and your jaw relax. Imagine your shoulder blades sliding up your back. Push into your elbows. And then let your knees float down. Press your hips back to child's pose. And come on back up again to the elbows. Tuck your toes, press your hips up and back. Maybe straighten your legs a little bit more, keeping a slight bend to the knees. Shoulder blades slide up your back. Press into your elbows, relax your neck and your jaw. And let your knees float down. Press your hips back, child's pose. Rise back up. This time come all the way into tabletop. Coming into down dog, if you need to walk your hands forward a little bit, go ahead. Root down into your knuckles, tuck your toes, press your hips up and back. Take about 3 breaths here, maybe pedaling it out or moving the hips side to side, whatever feels good here. Let your neck and your jaw relax. Root down into your knuckles. Feel free to keep a little bend to your knees. Shoulder blades slide up your back. Let your neck and your jaw relax. On your next inhale, glance up at your fingers. Exhale, step your feet a little bit wider than your hips towards your hands. Let your chest fall towards your thighs and head and neck relax. And if you'd like, you can grab elbows. Maybe sway side to side or shift your weight forward and backward, whatever feels good here. Let's take one more breath. Release your hands, heel to your feet in once, and roll up nice and slow. Let your head be the very last thing to come up. Shrug the shoulders back a few times. Good. Open up your palms, pull in these lower abs. Lengthen up through the spine. Take a breath in through your nose. Big exhale. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale to reach up. Soften your knees and fold forward. Halfway lift, nice long spine here. Fingers can come to the ground, your blocks, your shins, or your thighs. And fold. Root down through your feet to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more times like that. Reach high. Soften your knees and fold. Halfway lift, nice flat back here. And fold. Inhale, rise, reach up nice and high. Maybe even take a little back bend if that feels nice. Hands to heart. And one more time, reach it up. And fold it forward. Halfway lift, nice long spine. And fold. And this time you're going to soften your knees, come down to a nice seat. Make sure you're about midway on your mat. And you'll want to have a block by your side. You're just going to roll down onto your back. Bring your right knee into your chest. Give it a little hug. Your left leg can be long or keep your knee bent. And then lift that leg up to the sky. Maybe grab your thigh. You want to keep your shoulders flat on the mat. Draw some circles with your foot. And then reverse. Take your right foot, put it in front of your left thigh, flex your foot, and keep your knee and your hip open. You can stay right here if this feels good. If you'd like, you can bring your legs a little bit closer to your belly. Flexing your left foot, maybe grabbing for your thigh, but you want to keep your shoulders flat on the mat. Take 3 breaths here. One more breath. Let that foot come down to the ground. Stay in your figure 4. Arms come out to the sides. As you exhale, let your legs fall to the right side. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. And one more time over to the left. Let's pause here and take 2 nice full breaths. Big inhale through your nose. Big exhale. One more time, breathe it in. And let it out. Inhale, come back to center. Bring your right knee into your chest. Give it a little hug. And release that foot on the ground and bring your left leg in. And you can hold the back of your thigh. Lift that leg up. Feel free to keep a little bend to your knee if that feels good. And draw some little circles with your ankle. And then reverse. Then take your left ankle in front of your right thigh. Find that figure 4. You can stay here or bring those legs in. We're going to take 3 rounds of breath. Two more rounds of breath here in through the nose. And out. One more here. And out. Go ahead and release your foot back to the ground, arms out to the side. Exhale, let your legs fall to the left this time. And then bring them back to center. Exhale to the right. And come back to center. Over to the left. And back. Over to the right. And pause here. Take a couple breaths in this twist. Let's take one more round of breath. Big inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Come back up to center. Bring your knees into your chest. Give them a hug. Make sure your lower back stays on the ground. And draw a couple little circles with your knees. Just massaging your lower back a little here. And reverse. Go ahead and bring your feet down to the mat. Grab your block or a cushion, a pillow, a rolled up blanket, whatever you have. Lift your hips and place that prop underneath your low back. Lift your shoulders slightly, shrug them back. Settle in here for supported bridge. Maybe take the legs up for a waterfall or take them nice and long. Whatever feels good here. We're going to take 3 rounds of breath. And as you're breathing here, just notice how that prop feels gently pressing on your lower back. Just a slight pressure to help release and relax the muscles. If you are experiencing some low back issues, I know a lot of people are with the changes in our lives right now. We're in working in different positions, or maybe we're home more and sitting on the couch, or relaxing a little bit more, so you might have some lower back pain or problems. For me, this is one of my favorites. It helps release my lower back and my hip flexors and always makes things feel a little bit better. Let's take one more big breath in. And one more exhale. And then bring yourself back to knees bent, feet flat. Lift your hips slightly. Slide that block out, set it down. Bring your knees into your chest for a little hug. We're going to stretch out the side body a little bit and take one more twist before our Shavasana. So legs come long, arms come long. Wrap your left fingers around your right wrist and then scoot your body to the left side, your upper body and your legs, so you make a little banana shape. We're just stretching out the right side of the body. So imagine creating space from the outer edge of your right foot up through the outside of your calf and knee, outside of your thigh, your IT band, outside of your hip, up through the outside of your abdomen here, creating space between the ribs, in the armpit and shoulder, up through the elbow, wrist, all the way through the tips of your fingers. Gently come back through center and let's switch sides. Wrap the right fingers around the left wrist and scoot yourself to the right side, stretching out the left side of the body. And again, starting at the feet, imagine creating space through the ankle, up through the outer edge of the leg and the hip, the abdomen, rib cage, armpit, up through the elbow, wrist and fingertips. Gently come back to center. Bring your knees in for one more hug. Then you're going to bring your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Knees are bent. Arms out to the side. We're just going to take some windshield wiper twists. So exhale, let your legs fall over to the right side. And come back up to center. Exhale to the left. And back up. We're going to go 2 more times here each side. Just really working with your breath. Well, I have a little bit of a captive audience here. Those that stuck with me, I appreciate that. Please make sure you check out all of our wonderful classes online. Classes are free, but please feel free to donate if you can. And we have a really awesome program where you can donate monthly, anywhere from $5 to whatever you'd like. And you get some really cool advantages with that as well. Knees come in, and then find your way into your final rest. And that can be legs long, arms by your side, maybe take a bound angle, or even have a seat. Whatever feels good for you. Focus on your breath here. Maybe soften your gaze or close your eyes. And just let everything go. Any thoughts, anything that pops into your head, just let it float away. Focusing in on your inhales and your exhales. Feel free to stay here as long as you need. From my heart to yours, friends, thank you. Peace, love, and kindness.